Hey everyone, this is Keith Scott from out in Sydney, Australia. I'm one of the voices of Bullwinkle J. Moose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kenny and Andy McPhee.
Yeah, so that was a good
Love
moment.
it.
He was not gonna want me visiting him in LA all stinky and all that,
Oh,
you know.
it was going to benefit both of you.
Yeah,
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 right. I love it. I love it.
yeah.
Well,
And then
the
afterwards we got to business with the creative coaching and all that and everything that would lead up to this.
yeah, love it. Just amazing, unbelievable. Um, just getting back on that word creative too. The other thing I wanted to mention was
Mhm.
I came to his class feeling like overwhelmed that and down on myself that well, I haven't won an Academy Award. I've a belly like very negative self-talk as what I haven't achieved as an actor. I'm not a famous artist. I haven't sold any paintings. I haven't done a cookbook. I haven't been a full rock star. All these negative things of all the creative aspects. This was going on in my head. I thought, why don't I just pick one thing and I'll just go with that, or I should just pick this. I should just pick screen acting and then aim for an Academy Award there. So this is going in my head, and I said in a more succinct way to Andy, "But what do I do? Like I've got all these interests, and I feel like I dabble here, dabble there." And he said, "Yeah, and." Well, like, shouldn't I just focus on one thing? He said, "No, because everything you do makes you you, and you're unique. And like everyone is unique. So keep doing those things. Do a little
Yeah.
bit each day. Pick up a paintbrush, even if you have 5 minutes, do a little painting. Pick up a pen if you're writing with a pen or type. 5 minutes.
He's
One,
like he's
yeah,
basically saying just do the job, do or do not,
yeah.
you know.
Stop thinking about it. Just do little bits of this and that, because that everything helps everything else. Like, anything you do is going to help you be an actor. So don't beat yourself up about what you're capable of doing. Like, use those things. So I
Yeah.
haven't forgotten that.
It's obvious that Andy's going to always leave an impact on people with all the people he's helped and,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
RMU stuff and our other platform that we made together, Spark, that's just,
yeah, yeah.
Andy McPhee, he's one of the greatest people I've ever met and one of my best friends ever. And,
Wow. Yeah,
he's more than just a mentor. He's a friend. And, he's going to go down in my life as one of the biggest and greatest influences ever.
yeah. I know. I do know. Wow. Yeah. And Doug, what do you hope to get done and see in 2025, if I can ask you?
Well, I have a lot of goals. For one, now that I visited a foreign country for the first time with help from my mother earlier
Oh,
this year, because I visited the United Kingdom, got to see England and
wow.
Scotland, which was a dream come true. It was something I wanted since the age of 10. But
Wow.
I would like to take a solo trip this year, whether
Mhm.
domestically or whether out of the country, whether to Canada or something. I would like to do it solo, potentially just to grow my independence the way you did.
Yeah.
But mostly what I'm hoping for next year, and this is something that I got out of my first year of, living on my own and living without my mother, having moved out earlier this year.
Yeah.
The lesson I got out of this year is, as much as it's hard to say, we have our opinions, but sometimes there's very little upside to being outspoken. It's easy
Yeah.
to talk, but it's
Yeah.
hard to listen or even do. And,
Mm-hmm.
I'm also trying to work on understanding during situational things like conversations, how to be gracious when talking about things and not as you mentioned, being judgmental or trying to point fingers. I'm trying to, when I see things or when I watch movies, I'm trying to make sure that I have the heart to know all sides of the angle, or all sides of the story, and be able to interpret things more graciously for everyone involved, and also learning to understand when people give me feedback or just anything that may not make sense to me, but it's about listening and then being able to resolve things or give perspectives that are helpful. One
Mm.
thing we need to do as humans, in my opinion, is remember, think. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it negative? And is it, or no, is it necessary? And, is it kind?
Yeah.
I think if we all in this world applied that acronym whenever we speak, it would make listening a lot better. It would improve relationships, and it would help people learn when to control zip.
Yeah. Andy.
Mm-mm.
uh,
Sorry, I said I
yeah.
breathe for a
So
sec.
I think, yeah, you and Andy should do a book together. Like, Doug, you should write that down. Like, can I have that written down? That's like an amazing thing to aspire to live by. What you just said, I really like
Yeah,
that. Mm.
yeah. As you probably heard, I did a book with Andy about health and fitness titled Throw All the Junk Food Away, which is on Amazon.
Oh, all right.
I'm credited as the author, but obviously it's about Andy and I's journey, and there's
Mm.
illustrations in it that are of him and me, our
All right.
adventures together, and
Yeah.
our coaching and all that. And I'm trying to get back into the kids book writing at the moment. It's just I've been so
Yeah.
invested into RNU, and I had some problems with organizing things to the point where I've lost track on pages and illustrations. And so this year
Mm.
I'm hoping to start from scratch. But to answer your question, yeah, Andy and me are doing writing together. I just,
Good.
he and I are going to do a book together. It's
Yeah.
just I'm trying to think of a way to write a book with him regarding something that may not be biographical, because as of now, I don't feel I'm ready yet to write a biography or an autobiography when there's still stuff about me that I need to work on. But
Yeah.
Andy and me do plan to write a book together. I just need to figure out what kind we should write that,
Yeah.
that will make sense to where I'm at right now as far as a human. Because, I
Yeah.
don't feel like I'll be ready at this time for an autobiography until I continue to grow a bit and learn from,
Yeah.
because I'm still pretty young and there's still some lessons I have to learn. And, when you get older, you learn that in the past you could have handled things more gracefully or better, even if you
Yeah.
don't regret your actions at the time. And you learn to understand other people's perspectives,
Yeah.
even if you didn't believe them at the time. So.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like the curtains of life slowly open the older you get, you know.
Yeah, and you
You're
cannot force those curtains to open. They have
no,
to open.
that's right. Well, you could do the prequel to your autobiography, right?
Yeah, prequel, yeah. And I could even do it kid friendly, like a kid's book about
Yeah.
it, just so that there's not too much info given, so something like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. I think, yeah, if we can teach kids to be relentless and unstoppable from
Yeah,
doing simple things like being kind and, trusting yourself. Yeah, definitely. I think there's a market
yeah.
for that.
Hey kids, if you ever want to be relentless and unstoppable, here's an example. Remember
Yeah,
that Santa
like,
Claus, resilient Santa.
that's right.
So if you want to be on Santa's good list this year, be relentless and unstoppable.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this chat, Justine. It was
Yeah, yeah, me too. I feel like we could keep talking, but I've got some baking and Christmas prep to finish for today. It's already Christmas Eve here in Sydney, and I have I'm not hosting this year, but I'm bringing a lot of dishes. So I
Yeah,
I
this
have
was a
to
great episode. This was a great episode, but yeah, I'll let you go now. I have to get ready for bed now.
Oh gosh, yes, I know. Well, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute joy to speak with you, Doug.
It's a joy to meet you and speak with you too. And I'd love to chat with you again on another episode real soon. Maybe after the
Yeah,
holidays. It was really
yeah,
good.
that would be awesome. I would love that. There's so much more to talk about.
Yep, just remember that for this Christmas, it's not 5, it's 1 golden ring. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like a halo. It is a
All
halo.
righty. Yeah, just a halo.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna get 1 golden ring, not 5 this year.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's a budget Christmas. Hey.
All right.
Golden ring.
Yeah. Andy, you will get the other 4 golden rings.
Oh, yes. He deserves them very much, very much. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. And yeah, so everybody, I'd like to thank Justine, Miss Resilient Santa Mrs. Claus, for appearing on RNU. Please buy yourself the award-winning Christmas sweater design.
The full version. There we go.
Yep. Please buy it from the RNU Bonfire to support charities that Andy and me donate to. And everybody, we will wish you a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.
Gee, that's all we have for Relentless and Unstoppable. So tune into the next episode to hear more amazing stories from amazing guests. This is Keith Scott from Sydney, Australia saying so long, and I'm smarter than the average bear. Gee.